Welcome back in my channel today. Hope you're doing good and well and settled in your life. So this is going to be the last video of this series. Let's understand CSDM 4.0 from functional consultant perspective. In this particular video, we are going to be discussing mainly two major topics. Number one, that what are the ways or what are the relationship which ServiceNow suggests to link between these components and how I can migrate into ServiceNow. See, in the last video it was how I can follow, but here how I can do the migration. So this particular video is mainly important from the development perspective, from the developer's perspective. I can say here the main thing is to be done by the developers, but yes, from the consulting perspective, from the consultant perspective, we have to be follow this part. So now if you already have a CMDB on the place, your foundation data on the place, now you want to move your customer into the CSDM domain, in the CSDM space or in the CSDM area, then what step you have to follow? The example which I pick up in the last video, like for the upgrade, we have a checklist. In the same manner, here we also, the same concept we are going to follow here. Maybe I confused in the previous one, but now it has been clear in this particular part. Okay, so now relationship basically that how a business components, capability, application, service, offerings are related with the other components. This is very much important. Like a CI is depend on, run on, parent on, host on, contains on. In the same manner, in the CSDM, these relationships are given by ServiceNow. Because if you don't have this relationship, if you see, if I go here and I can show you, if there is no relationship between these two, then how you're going to get your exact benefit of the CSDM. So this is what we are going to be see in this particular area. So ServiceNow say that how the relationship has been given, because if you see in the founded principle, there are the terms which is given by ServiceNow, the standard relationships, and ServiceNow recommend only these relationship to be built between these components. Don't try to be put something else, because it can destroy, it can create a risk for your organization for the implementation perspective. Number one point. So better to be stay, because it is again a conceptual in the evolving phase. So let's follow the lines, let's follow the words, let's follow the principle which is given by ServiceNow to us. So if we want to build a relationship, even though this picture tell everything, I don't need to be tell anything here, but still if you want to say, you can say how the business capability has related with the application. It's from and to, it's provided by. Capability is basically to and having a provided to the application and the business service. So it means business service, if I see here, it has a reference from the offering here. So now if you see, you can able to see the relationship that how these are the interrelated. Application has a three relationship. Business application has three relationship with the object, with the application. So application can have a relationship with itself as well. Remember this part we will be discussing business application like this. As you say that under maybe one capability, I have a one application, under one application we have another category as well. This is what it says here. So it is be again the user references point. Then business application, SDLC and business application, it is a optional. If you want, you can build it here. Then application, business application services depends or send data to the same application, to the depends on the application here. Infra CI, technical services offering as well. So I'm not going to be read this because it is self-explanatory, but this is important for the developers or the architects perspective. Let's not build your own relationship. Let's use the ServiceNow given standard relationship so that you can easily build up or you can get into the CSDM very easily. Now once this has been done, The next part is then, Atul, I have everything ready. I have my foundation, I have my technical services, I have the relationship, everything is ready in the different tables. Now, how I can migrate? Because till now we are using the CMDB. And now I am going to put one more layer on the top of the CMDB, and it will be link everything in a respective manner. So what ServiceNow says here, migrating into the ServiceNow. And here ServiceNow suggests 5 steps. So like if I take example, if I want to move my update set from one instance to the another instance, I have to follow few things. Number one, I have to be close or complete my update set, then go to the remote one, retrieve, preview and commit. In the same manner, this is be required to be do it here. So what ServiceNow says here, many ServiceNow customers may be utilizing necessary customization or the non-confirming tables within CMDB. What is non-confirming means? The tables which are not as per the standard. So maybe you can say, or we can say, these are the custom table as per my need. I created and I'm using it for a long time now. Because when you go to the CSDM, you are not going to be use any, or should not be used. I say not any, should not be used any non-confirming or the customized table. Better to go for the completely out of the box, because these things can create a problem in the migration part, okay, and create a problem in the framework of the CSDM as well. So how do we migrate into CSDM? It's very carefully we have to do this part. In the step number 1, export all the data in a table. Step number 2, do the field mapping. Step number 3, run a script. This is what we are going to be discussed in depth. Step number 4, refactoring, and number 5, migrating the existing CI and the tables and the relationship. These are the steps which ServiceNow suggests here. And what we have to be do in these 5 steps, let's discuss in depth. Also, your customer can ask you that how you are going to migrate, and it is for the 3.0, it's not the 4.0, but almost things will be same in the 4.0, because your customer can ask, okay, tell me, Atul, tell me how you're going to migrate my data into the CSDM part. Then you have to be show this plan to the customer. Number 1, backup your data. Always recommended, because now you are going to be override some non-confirming tables. You are going to remove the non-confirming table. Maybe you are going to be update your foundation tables as well, foundation data as well. So better you take the backup of your data. If it is lost, it is a very huge risk. It is very risky part. So better you keep your data, backup your data every time before you are starting any kind of a migration. Okay, and it's a export your table data with all attributes. It's not like a 1 or 2. Better you take your data backup for everything. Now start mapping it, attribute mapping, because now till now you have the CMDB and now you are going to be use CSDM. You have to be find out, identify what table your data will be migrated to, and if destination table has required attributes available out of the box. I remember here, let's say if I want to do the integration of ServiceNow and the another instance, let's say Remedy, let's say Jira, then always we see that in ServiceNow I have an incident table. In the incident I have 5 fields. In the BMC Remedy I have 4 fields or 6 fields. Is this 6th field is required for me in ServiceNow? If yes, do I need to be create, or how I need to be managed? So here this thing has been come to the picture, and this analysis has to be done by the developer or the architects only, specifically in this case. Okay. Now the question comes, Atul, if that particular field is not available, then what to do? Then maybe you have to go for the customer part, but this is the opportunity to rationalize your per custom attributes. Maybe in the non-conforming tables you have 5 or 6 fields, but now these 6 fields are coming out of the box in your new table. So better you remove. So this is the one of the place where you can remove your customized things as well, customized tables or customized attributes. Do you really need those customizations that were only used once 5 years ago, or have only populated less than the 10% of your CI? Means it is the facts and the figures you can do. If you want, you can follow or you can refer to my another video that is called customization versus configuration. This can help you, but important point is that what ServiceNow says, in most of the cases, less is more. Even though you have two attributes, it is more than enough, because everybody know in the ServiceNow domain, everybody know if I do a customization, that will create a problem for me only and only when I'm going to be upgrade my instance. That is the time customization create a lot of problem. So what ServiceNow says here, how you can categorize, how you can understand that it is required. Number one, it's a best practice. No related out-of-box attribute, but it is recommended by ServiceNow or a partner. Maybe there's a new field which is not available out of the box, or your partner say yes, we need it, so you have to create it. So you can say kind of a compliance perspective, I can say those fields you can do. Keep. No related out of the box attribute, but a unique use case requires the attributes to be retained. Compliance, maybe some specific reporting, you need that part. Refactor. There is out of the box attribute or capability that can be migrated. Maybe in the previous table I have a field which is choice list. Now it is in the flag. I can use it. That's fine. And no need to be, don't need it. It means this customization is not required. Again, in this section, the architects and the consultant both can work together with the customer. And again, from experience, I'm telling and I'm saying here that these discussions are not one-sided. These are two-sided discussions. So here you have to be involved your customer 100% to get a buying and the sign up on that part. Now the third step which is important in this journey is called the how to move the data. That is one thing, and how to see the dependency. So what it says, it's relatively simple to move a CI from one class to another. That is easy, but the efforts for this is more important. So in one of my previous experience, we need to be move one field from incident to the task table. To do that part, I have to be investigate that this field has a dependency on which places, in which logics it has been used. Only then I can do that part. And specifically, this is in the case of the non-conforming tables. Now I'm sure you'll be understanding that why every architect says to their developers, don't go for any kind of a customization. Why customers are not going for the customization, because this is the reason that creating a lot of problem here. Okay, and also because it is not a one single table, it is a combination of the table. At least 15-16 tables are required on this particular part here, and we have to do the dependency. Okay, so moving the CI into the new table does not automatically move the reports and the business rule. That everybody know that we have to be move it manually. So how to identify the table dependency? Here I thanks to ServiceNow and the person who created this particular script here. Okay, so there's a script has been developed by the esteemed Buono of the ServiceNow customer outcome. Okay, let me show you this particular link here in the community. Okay, let me open it and let me show you here. So you can get this link easily in the white paper, and this particular community link help you that how you are able to identify that which table has a dependency on which particular table. I'm not a technical guy, so it's very tough for me to tell that what is this script is doing, but it's a very big script. I'm sure my friends who are pure technical guys, they can read and understand, and they know already these things. Okay, so this is what the ServiceNow says, and it is freely available. You can go and check and run the script in your instance to find out that how the dependency are there, so that when you are moving the data, you are able to update your business rules, your reportings, and your different logics on that particular part. Okay, what ServiceNow says here, after running the dependency script and evaluating the data, you will have a level of effort of understanding. Here the actual place come. that how much time it will take me to migrate my data in the new tables. If your customer is a very fresh in the ServiceNow domain, I'll prefer in this era, I prefer go for the CSDM implementation. Don't think for the CMDB directly. But if it is already there, they're using it for a long time, and in that case, you have to do this part. Validate that the rules and the script, they are still needed. Now, in this dependency graph, in this dependency particular table or this execution of this script, you will come to know that do I need to be these files to be updated or not? The logic should be updated or not. Maybe it is coming from the non-conforming tables or some customization which is going to be null at point of time. So you can take a decision on this particular part. But what ServiceNow says, this script does not move your data or dependency. It is just giving you a list. That's all. Nothing else it is helping you. But like if I say that whenever I upgrade my instance, I get the conflicts P1, P2, P3, P4. ServiceNow never resolve those conflicts. They just give you the list that was for the P1, these are the things, P2, these are the things, P3, P4 and P5, these are the things available. It's you as a developer, as a human being, you have to go and update those parts. And the last step, number 4, is the refactor. From the second step, the attributes you get, now you can see that what actually I needed. Maybe again you can see that is my attribute mapping is fine. Do I need to be remove, update or create something new in that particular part or not? Here again is completely developer's job, not a consultant part here. And the last, the data migration. This is the last step. It is a nail in the coffin. If you've done this part, your migration has been done. So it's like I'm still able to relate this part from the upgrade. Once you click on the upgrade, your things are getting done here. So it's like before update we do the cloning. So this is what I can say, the cloning. You take your data backup. So what they say, now you get everything. You get efforts, you get the logics, you get the relationship, you get the dependency, everything you get, and now you can start migrating your data. Validate the data backup. Number 1, migrate your CIs in the defined table. Custom attributes required, not required, you can take a decision, and then you can go for the remediate your table dependency, which you get from the step number 3 from that particular script. You can get it from here. And last, reload the data, and finally validate all the dependency. But it is not that much easy. Maybe after migration, the data or the things are not stable. You have to do a lot of fixes or the data correction in that part. So that is why ServiceNow always says there is always risk when migrating data. Make sure you back up your data and provide contingency plan in case of issue arise. Again, from the experience, once you've done the migration, the rollback is also not that much possible. Practically, I'm saying if you move the data of the 20-30 tables in the system, can you able to roll back? It is not that much possible. The update sets is not that much possible to do. Better to go and fix it. But if it is completely mess, then we have to think for the rollback as well. Now the question comes that how this can be done. What tools are available for the CSDM migration? Okay. Number 1, you can use the data migration script which has been defined here. This one, you can use this part. This is the first part which you can use to get the dependencies. It is freely available on the community, and you can use the CMDB and the CSDM data foundation dashboard. Out of the box, it is not available. You can get it from the App Store without any cost. It means this is the this is the dashboard which indicates or which have 2 modules, one for the CMDB and one for the CSDM. It tells you each dashboard provide a key indicator that evaluate configuration and the customization within the CMDB, and they provide in the red or the green color with the weighted priority to help up planning. So now if I say when there was no module given by ServiceNow called the upgrade preview, customers were always worried that how the upgrade will be done. But after ServiceNow launched this product or this module of the upgrade preview, customers are still happy because they can see that how many conflicts I am getting and how much is the P1, P2 or P3 there. So something these dashboards help you to understand that how these migration is going to be work. Is this required? If more red, definitely more good planning, more efforts are required to do that part. Okay, so the CSDM dashboard focus on the key data element to support the stages in the CSDM adoption. Now I'm almost at the end of this course now. So there are few FAQs which is again given by ServiceNow in this part. You can check it easily. You can see the different what I can say, the concepts or the examples which we discuss, HR, SAP, ServiceNow. You can go and you can check it here. But what I say that the updated CSDM is a conceptual model help to identify more perspective what is CSDM, in which reduce the need of explicit examples in the white paper. Maybe I'll say that if next version is coming, 5.0 is coming, let's put little bit more easy language which a business consultant can also little bit understand and can help the customers on that part. The only thing which I'm thinking at point of time, if in a single instance CSDM is getting a lot of or is a hectic to do that part, then how this can be done in the domain separation, because in the domain separation data visibility, group visibility is going to be very hectic. So be careful on that part. And at the last, before I close, let's take the last page. The conclusion specifically, number one is that it is a reference mapping. This particular document is a reference mapping for you, for me, that how I can implement the CSDM. Additionally, it is driving a standardization. Now, after doing this CSDM implementation in the complete organization, in the complete customer area, everybody use the same words: business application, application service, capability, offering kind of things. And definitely it is going to provide a lot of value to you and your customers as well. More we go, because it is still in the evolving phase, it is still in the conceptual phase. More we implement, more we migrate, more we learn on that part and can take a benefits on that particular area. So with this, I would like to take a break here and we'll see that how it's go. And I want to thanks to each and everyone who is watching this video, who providing the feedback and comments in the comment section. Hope you like it. The only purpose of getting this series is that because it is not that much quick to be sit and read this 37 pages document. So I bifurcate these things in the different videos. Hope this help you to gain the knowledge, to get your knowledge and able to learn about the CSDM. So thank you so much, guys, once again, and let's continue with some other series in the future as well. Till the time, take care and bye bye.